Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos.
I think you're a fucking prick, mate. Which is cool. That's all right. It's fine. But why is that? So Sapori, everyone knows Sapori. Yeah. We all go to eat some fucking Sapori. You don't because you're feeding Keiko. You do the Ned, didn't you? It's like an establishment that like proper working class cab drivers go to and get
I
a nice
did the Chelsea kitchen back in the day, but not now.
Yeah, there you go. Where a lot of cab drivers congregate to, like overnight, afternoon, whatever. It's lovely. It's really nice.
Cheap food.
Yeah, so I mean, well, it's gone up now, isn't it? Price of everything.
Yeah, no,
it used to be a tenner, get a nice pasta dish, coffee, tenner. Now it's £14.50.
Still cheap.
So you've had to swerve the Snickers bar on the way out. Where was we? We've digressed a little bit. So yeah, talking about. Oh yeah, I was in Sapori and
which I know is off Allsbury Road.
Yeah, Allsbury Road. That's the one. So you had. It was in my early stages of doing these videos.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have a following. You're right, they're ruffling in the background now.
We got an order. We got an order.
Yeah. Deliveroo's come through. See, I do these videos, and the video that excelled the. I was joking here, innit? I've done a video, and it's called International Women's Day. So basically, I mock International Women's Day because from where I'm from in Essex and the people that I'm wrapped around, everyone likes to go out, get on it. Yeah, all kinds of fuckery going on, like birds doing the worm on the bar, headbutting doorman, whatever. But for this one day, they want independence. They want a bit of respect. They want an equal pay. They want everything, which I promote, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't, Dave, do you?
No.
So, yeah. So, a geezer walks in. And I'm eating on my own. And it's one of them like, oh, do you mind if I'm on my own? Do you mind if I sit down? But he had two friends next to me. I mean, yeah, of course you can. I'll sit down. He's sitting there and he's eyeballing me. He's like, I've got to say, like, especially in knobs, no offence, lads, but knobs over 50 years of age. Right? He's come to me, he went, you're that fella on the TV, ain't you? I'm like, I know what he means. I'm like, Instagram, yeah. He went, that's it. YouTube's, is it? I went, yeah. Go on. He's gone, yeah, I don't really like your stuff, what you're saying. I went, why's that? He went, I think you're a bit derogatory for the trade. I went, go on. He went, yeah, you're putting us in a bit of a bad light. I went, why's that? So he's making an eyeball in there, like, oh, go on, John. So he said, yeah, you're talking about women doing cocaine. I went, oh, not really. I said, have you seen any of my other stuff? He went, no, I've seen that video, and like my sister was saying that this is the reason why people get Uber. I went, mate, fucking the reason why
you meant,
people...
mate, go away.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sorry. I went, this is the reason people use Uber. I went, mate, go away. Get your meatballs and jog on. So, and he said, yeah, but you can't really talk like that. And I went, well, I can. I went, you are not my target audience, clearly. And your sister, the way she's even remotely promoted Uber is an absolute disgrace. My sister wouldn't even dream of saying something like that. So if you've got a relative that is a black cab driver, gone through the knowledge or whatever, don't talk about Uber. Don't talk about, oh, it's because a black cab driver years ago didn't take card. So I said to him, I went, look, I said, I'm trying to move into the world of doing stand-up. And this was before COVID. Can I say COVID?
Yeah.
Before COVID. And he went, his whole demeanour changed. Oh, really? Where'd you do it? I went, no. You're not interested. You don't like my stuff. So I said, what? So why am I going to tell you where I do my stand-up? He went, oh, I'd like to possibly like come along. I went, you're not welcome. And this is when I was trying to do like a open mic nights at like in front of 10, 15 people. And I'm like, that weren't for me because my stuff is, I swear, as you can tell, my stuff is, I swear, shit happens. That's a light swear word, isn't it? It is what it is, but I try to speak for normal people that we're really sort of forgotten about, and I try to sort of, it's the general observational stuff. I tried telling him that, and he went, all right, and then when I was leaving, he tried shaking my hand. I just said, nah, not at all. Listen, you're not, like my nan, she's one of the most poshest people in the world, and we went to my cousin's wedding last week, and she went, Aaron, dear, I understand that you have excelled yourself into doing this comedy stuff. I went, yeah, I'm trying to, Nan. She went, but the family say that I shouldn't be looking at your videos. She's 89. Right? I went, no, I said, it's not for you, Nan. She went, you do know there are other words in the dictionary other than swear words. I get in and I said, but you're not my audience. I said, I speak for people that are sort of normal riffraff.
Yeah.
And I said, I've got also other posh knobs that follow me as well and that are well spoken. She went, yeah, but there's so much more to your vocabulary that you can use. And I'm like, Nan, I won't argue with her because I don't want to be kicked out the wheel. So I'll just let her get on with it. But yeah, I'm just trying to appease these people. There's no point. Like cab drivers, you get some people that say you're a fucking knockoff Mickey Flanagan. Mickey Flanagan's not the only geezer from the East End of London. Do you know what I mean? He's not the only person that talks like us. We talk like the way we talk, but because Mickey Flanagan is here, it's like, oh, anyone that sort of sounds remotely like him, you're just the shit version. Oh, yeah, cool, whatever.
I said this exactly yesterday on a podcast. They said, not really my cup of tea. And I said, why? And they said, he's a bit of a Mickey Flanagan knockoff. And I said, do you remember Lee Evans? Yeah, they remember Lee Evans. There's another guy from the East End that was like Lee Evans. And he got on television as well. And I can't remember his name, but he got fairly big. He got television work and stuff like that. And he was a complete Lee Evans. He'd done the body movements and whatever. But he was hilarious.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to be kind of like someone. But the only comparison you would make with you and Mickey Flanagan is kind of maybe accent. Comedy is complete different.
100%. Like, he's a proper stand-up multi-millionaire. He's a comedian. He's a stand-up comic, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm like a fucking knob that's probably funny down the pub. Yet again, it's all observational comedy for me. So I'll make a quick remark, quick comment. Yeah, again, my comedy nights, you're welcome to come on May 14th. Even though it's a sellout, you're paying, but you're welcome to come if you're not.
Yeah. I'm on the VIP list.
Showboating around the world, promoting Wizan, selling electric cabs and blue books. But it's just I will be on stage, look around the audience, and just talk to people. Yeah, that's all it is.
No, I watched and it was good. I enjoyed it.
Isn't it how everyone starts? Even like Mickey Flanagan, didn't they all start the same way? And
I do.
Hone their talent and everything by
I think it is, but they do have. I mean, even people that I get on my nights. They will say, so my stuff, I'll put onto my YouTube, like little highlight clips and whatever. All the stand-up comics say to me, don't put my stuff on there. Because they have their one set that they've been homing for 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. If you put it on YouTube or the socials, the full set,
you can't use it.
People were like, I ain't got to go and see him anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you do automatically go to the comedy store and he's performing or she's performing, I've seen your stuff, so you've not got that instant reaction to sort of like to laugh at what they're going to say because you already know what's coming.
Yeah,
but then people like Mickey Flanagan, like and Peter Kay with garlic bread and all that.
Oh yeah, I've tasted it.
Brilliant. The thing is that you can watch that today. You can watch it in 2 months' time, a year's time. It's still funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, these up and coming comedians, but they are real stand up comedians. That's why I get them on my show because I ain't got a set. I can't do 2.5, 3 hours.
You're not going to get a set? You're not working on a set?
You can't do it yet.
No, not yet.
It's coming.
The aim will be there, but I can't. No, I can't.
But you're very much the compare of the thing, so you're the big thing of it.
Yeah, of course. So eventually, like what you say, David, I will probably have to. Like the backyard is 350 people.
Yep.
If I want to do Apollo, like 2,000 people, 3,000, I don't know how many thousands of people are in there, I need to get my own set. So then you do 45 minutes, have a 20-minute interval, and then do another 45 minutes. I can work to that, but it is difficult. I'm not making excuses, but having a young family, I've got a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old.
Oh, congratulations.
So
well
she's
done.
on maternity leave.
Yes. Beautiful.
And thank you. And I say, it can't be mine, surely they can't. But I just...
You checked it. You want to check it.
Yeah.
Big.
You can do that, can you, little pricks in here in the night? Pinprick, sorry. Yeah.
That's what got you into this place.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the goal is to eventually try and be out of the cab. I'll never leave the cab. Yeah. I love being a black cab driver.
Yeah.
Love it.
This was something that I was going to raise because when I did this, I'm 26 years, I think, cab driver. When we started, I had a friend who I did it with, Stephen Gardner. There was quite a lot of us, and it was different then. And I remember Stephen saying to me, look, I'm only doing the knowledge because I'm going to play the drums and I'm going to be in a band. And I thought, well, driving a cab is perfect because it's security. If you want to do a university degree, be a cab driver, and then you're funded and you can do your university degree and you've got this safe thing which allowing you to experiment, because you wouldn't want to bet your life on being a successful comedian. You think the wife would be like, you've got to get a job, Aaron, I ain't having this.
Yeah, because they don't want to work, do they, women, when they're with a cab driver? No offence, ladies.
No.
Unless they're cab drivers themselves.
There's a lot of feminist stuff I've been watching recently. There's quite a backlash at the moment, isn't there, against feminism? There's, like, for instance, women. They've been saying women have always been suppressed, and then the guy says, how many women died in World War One? How many women died in World War Two? How many women have died in wars over the years? And it's hardly any. We get sent to go off and be killed, and you can sit at home and, I'm not sure about the suppression being quite equal.
The thing is, the fact that you've said that, and I know your arsehole's twitching just saying it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm all right. I'm straight out the country.
He's waiting for one of us to say something.
3 days
he
he's
will
fucking
cut his bit out and leave us holding the baby.
Make us look like shit, having stones thrown at us in the
Yes, who's in charge of the editing is the key.
We was doing this thing recently to try and encourage more women to do the knowledge, right? So I was all for it. Having more women driving cabs is great. And it turns out it's 2 to 3% of our trade is women. And then you go online, you do some stats. 2 to 3% of women are plumbers. 2 to 3% of women are plasterers. And across the board, the percentage is about the same for every kind of job where women, they don't really want to do it because they're happy doing what they've got.
Choices.
Yeah.
We've got freedom of choice, haven't we?
Yeah,
you can't force people to say we need to have quotas in cab drivers. We're going to force women to be cab drivers. You can't. I mean, it's their choice, isn't it?
Absolutely, that's the thing. They're choosing not to do it,
and they choose different jobs.
But you find with not all, but the majority of women pro rata, if you look throughout the years, it's changed a bit now because they're more, and rightly so for them, is they're career driven. Whereas it used to be, by the time I'm 30, I want 2 kids and a detached house, and the old man can go to work, which ain't a problem, and I'll stay and look after the children and make sure the house is right. And there was an element of pride for a lot of women that used to do that. Whereas now, in the modern world that we live in, they're telling the woman, like, you don't have to do that. You can go to work. You can do it. All right, well, there's not a bit. What's the big issue here? If someone wants to stay at home and be the housewife, I mean, I know people that men are now the housewife, but the house husband, take the kids to school, to nursery, do the cooking, do the cleaning, pick up, washing, shopping, whatever, and the woman will go to work.
Yeah, I'd like that.
That's fine, but then we're not men. I don't think some are, but majority of men, I don't think they're precious. Mm-hmm. Like if a woman said, "Look, I'm going to go to work and I'm going to earn 150 grand a year," you just look after the kids so we can save money elsewhere, like nursery fees and all that. Blokes will be like, hey, sweet, Sky Sports all day, throwing tennis balls at your kids, do you know what I mean, or whatever.
Well, playing with the kids. The kids would be well entertained.
That is playing with the kids, isn't it? Throwing tennis balls, sponge tennis balls, sorry. But yeah, I think we live in a very sensitive world at the minute, and that's where, like, my material, I try to not tone it down, sorry.
Oh, that's where you need to go, I think, Aaron. That's where you got to. I think it's the new. I think we're reaching the crest of a wave in the terms of women are going to realise, and I think that what I'm seeing with all the information I'm seeing online, women will realise that, okay, I wanted to be a career minded, I wanted to be independent, I wanted to be strong, but now I'm 32 and I've got no kids, and if I don't have kids in the next 8 years, I might not have kids ever at all, and then I'll be old with no kids. And however much they don't like it, we are genetically engineered, and women are genetically engineered to have this urge for kids. Yeah. And it will hit them. And I have seen it in 3 people that were very, very talented, independent, working, and then realise at 39 that they wanted to find a man and have children. Well, you've got to find a man that's the right man, and then you've got to actually then try to have children, and then it's either you or him that's not performing. Usually at that age it's you, because the man only needs one good one, and you need to have one that's alive and got the little green light for go on it.
Like I met mum, so I'm 3 years younger than my missus. Like, she's 42, so she had the second one at 41. And our eldest at 39. But even then, she was half panicking. I'm a geriatric mum.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well. But I'm very much of like if you are genetically connected, like your genes mix, then your children will be fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which, God, touch wood, hopefully, that we don't have Like, me children don't obviously grow up with anything wrong with them. Obviously, like, that's every parent's wish. But yeah, there's
I was 44 with my last one.
Last one.
The last one, the baby of the family. Yeah, same wife. 36 years we've been together.
You said that with so much pride as well.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
wife. Same wife.
I loved it. We loved it. We say that without that, the little one, Grace, amazing Grace, we call her, we'd have such a quiet life.
Yeah. How many children you got?
3, 27, 25, and 13.
Wow.
And the 2 eldest ones were the babysitters. They were great. It was
You go live your life now. You go on Disney cruises
We
and
just
everything,
went to
can't
Malta. When I was in Malta, it was only me and the wife. We went off and left them because we got 27, 25 to look
So
after.
you're like, I've got invited to the film premiere as a special guest because we was involved in the making of that movie, Love Without Walls. Subtly involved, not massively involved. And you're going to go as a guest. And I'm saying to the wife, we should fly to London, go as a guest. It'll be a lovely thing. You've not done anything like that. We can actually dress up. We haven't dressed up for 10 years. We can put something nice on. We can have a nice meal and go to a nice hotel afterwards and have a nice cup of tea. And she's like, yeah, but the kids won't let us go. They'll let one of us go at a time.
How old are your children?
2. I've got 8 and 10.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, can we come? And I think, well, if you come, it's just like, ain't the
Where'd you
same.
live?
Izmir in Turkey.
And you got a maid over there that look after
We do have a mate.
Of course you do. Got 2 actually.
I've been invited over there for holidays. I didn't just imagine being a butler. That's what you're going to be, isn't you?
Mate,
Come for a month, Dave.
How much are they?
Leave you with the kids, he'd be off, wouldn't they?
Those blue books. Those blue books were a score when I was on the knowledge. They still a score.
No, they're 30 now. Technology,
bells.
isn't it? It's technology.
You'll be start supplying people with iPads soon, wouldn't you?
Well,
Is that the
I'm
way we're
developing.
going?
Well, the iPad is the best way to store all your runs anyway. I mean, it's a bit hard with the dinosaurs of our industry. You get an old man, he says, I just want the paper version. But with the iPad version, can you imagine how many books we used to carry around with us? I mean, you carry your phone now.
Iconic though, isn't it?
It is iconic. The burning process is iconic. The destruction of it.
Is Alex still involved?
No, Alex has gone and lived in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
So he's having a nice time there. And Alex, over the years, I've done great
More
things.
with Anna.
Yeah, all developed different things, stages and stages. And we started off with a Microsoft map of the A to Z that you could put pins on and place all your points on, called Map Vision. And Microsoft were going to make their new map, like the Google Earth.
Yeah.
They was working on it. And I said to Microsoft, you've got this app called Map Vision, you've got this CD, and you've shelved it. They said, you can have it.
No way, really.
Yeah, they sent me a thing, said it's yours, and that was it. So I took it, and then I watched everybody pirate what now belongs to me from Microsoft. They're now pirating your stuff. And oh, Jesus. And it contained all the points so you could see where they were. And it was lovely. That was the beginning of it. Then I worked with Alan Googe, and Alan Googe was creating apps of how you would call your blue book, similar to what Alex took it to a next level, because iPads didn't exist. This was computer-based, PC-based. Then we moved to iPads. And now I work with a Turkish developer to take it to the modern stage, so it works on Android and everything else. And it's really much easier for everybody. But
do you think it makes people lazy though?
Aaron, there's
nothing better than actually going out on your bike or in your car or whatever and visualising a point.
Well, we're going to do Googly Eyes tomorrow, a podcast. Okay. So about students that are Googling it. And in my day, it would have been lovely that you're doing a run and you think, can you turn left there at Kilburn High Road? Is that going to work? And it's like, oh, geez, it's a trip to Kilburn High Road, isn't it? That's the only way to know. So it would be nice in those aspects. But then, obviously, when you get that possibility of checking if there's a no left turn, no right turn in that distance away from you.
But isn't this the whole point of a knowledge school? No doubt, out of 150 people who got a knowledge school, John, can you turn left there?
Yeah.
That's what it used to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now it's like, Googling, what you should do is ban every... Hang on a minute.
Repeat.
What you should do is ban everyone, when they walk in the door, all the phones go in a box. So they're not sitting there cheating, going like, yeah, bang, yeah,
Well,
do you know, there is an aspect to this that they actually are going to take longer and they don't know it. And they don't realise, and I said it to someone today, the knowledge is easy. You need to do your blue book so you've got vocabulary, that you can call it. Yeah. So if you call your blue book every day, there's your language and your fluency. Mm-hmm. Then you practice point to point. The point to point is the appearances. So if you can nail all of these questions, you'll pass your appearances. To do that, you need a vocabulary of points. So you need to build up, where are these points, and then practice point to point. So these are the 3 disciplines. And the amount that they distract themselves with other cloudiness of stuff that they do to avoid doing these 3 disciplines. So when we do go on Google, I can look at Google Street and I can't recognise that. But if I'm in real life, I know exactly what that is. So
second right, 13th left, I know when it's coming up. Like there's a young fella, he just got his green badge, he just passed his finals, he just picked up his cab 2 weeks ago. Sammy Hall, his name is.
Yep.
And
I know Sam.
He's followed me for a while, and I've been on his knowledge journey with him. Or would always message me. I'd always give him words of encouragement, and I just said to him, "Look, don't show off. Oranges and lemons. Just call fluency. Just get there from A to B. You'll get your 7s or your 6s. You'll be fine."
Oh, what you're saying is music to my ears.
Mr. Price, oranges and lemons. Isn't
Well,
it?
but
he
even
always
Mum is. I mean, she scored me just like 1 under a B actually on me 28s, and she was it 56. I can't remember. No, 56. Sorry. And then I done a run, and she said like, "What's the matter?" And I said, I scored on it, and I said, "Oh, like I know something, but it's a bit more intricate." She went, "I like people that show off." I was thinking, no, I'm not going to be roped into that one. But I went away and I thought to myself, but no, even though I could call it, what's the point? Just oranges and lemons. Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
If you want to show off, you've got to nail it. Because if you think you're going to be a flash little bugger, if you think you're going to be a flash little bugger in those appearances, those examiners will pick you off, outpoint you, and be like, "Have your D and jog on and see."
Have you been listening to me?
No.
You are like word for word.
Really?
What I would advise everybody. It's like, absolutely. I got some fantastic. I wrote some brilliant runs that were magical, that were so intricate, full of stuff, and distance-wise, they were short. No cab driver in the world would ever drive it, but you could do it, and it may be knocked off 500 meters. I don't know.
Yep.
Yes, call it. If you could call it with your eyes closed and your hands tied behind your back, yes, call it. But most people cannot. And it's surprising how many of the people that actually go for it that you realise you're going to struggle with the orange and lemons. Why the hell did you even attempt to try to turn left there?
You know, like you got the bankers and all that, you probably still do it. So Mr. Thomas, he had all his bankers. I went in there, I didn't drop a single point, called all of his runs, and he gave me a B, which is fine. It should have been an A, but I'm not going to.
He didn't give them, did he?
No.
He didn't knock so many points off as soon as you said
Yeah, hesitation, no matter what.
Yeah,
he said I knocked straight off.
2 or 3, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
every round I knock off hesitation before they've even started.
But he went to me, he said, "Yeah, very well done, going on you go." And I was like, and I looked at me car and I was thinking B, and I was thinking, "Yeah, you crafty."
You crafty bugger.
I was thinking, I looked at me car and I got a B, and he went, "You crafty bugger." But yeah,
But his points would have been big points, well-known points, weren't they? They weren't obscure.
no,
Was they or what? That's what I was going to say about Google. When you say like Google's not good, I think sometimes when you got an obscure, you may have gone and pointed it, and then 2 years, 18 months down the line, you go, what's that point? Get Google, and you go, oh, I remember it. I was there on the bike. That's where Google's good, because you have been there, seen it as a revision.
I'll never forget Chancery Lane to Rolls Road.
Yeah.
Third run on the knowledge. Me and my mate pulled up on the side at Rolls Road and we was calling the run. Cab driver pulled next to us. "You got a long way to go, boys." I was like, "Shut up, mate." And he went sailing off and like waving £50 notes out the window. Now you just got to wave a frigging credit card machine out the window, haven't you? What's cash?
Yeah, that's the thing about credit card machines, isn't it? Whether now that you can't have the handheld TFL approved, can you?
Oh mate, there's so much that needs.
But you do, don't you? You do have it. You've got an handheld in your thing in your cab.
No comment.
No.
No. None of you do anything like that.
You're
all TFL regulated. TFL.
Four in the boot. 4 in the boot.
What one's going to pass the inspection? Yeah, that one. We'll screw that in today.
It's outrageous what they do. I mean, sometimes it doesn't make sense what they're doing.
No, they're credit card machine was affiliated to a bank or something. What's wrong with it?
That doesn't make no sense.
My conspiracy behind it, or my thought process behind it, is because someone will say, no, they're not, but this is my opinion. TFL are getting a kickback off of the machines that are used in the back of the cab. There is no other reason, because the whole point of taking credit cards was because that's the mode that we're going down. So you got to be able to take cards, because not everyone carries cash. Right, yeah, cool. Well, when I go to my accountant, I can't hide it because it says it on my banking.
Yeah.
What I took. So you can't hide it.
What is
So
so
what's the issue?
you're spot on with what you're saying. So, but they must have smoke and mirrored it and said the reason we have to give you this approved credit card machine is,
And I think it's because they take a percentage.
which makes sense, but that's not what
they
they're going
don't
to tell
say
us.
that.
So
They
what
don't
are they
say
saying
that.
to us?
But
They just
don't
say
have to-
because it's approved. That's the only
But
thing
they
I've
don't
ever
have to.
seen.
They don't have to tell us anything because we know that if we say too much, see this. Too many,
you can't say
too
that,
many
no.
cab drivers are concerned about this. That's why they don't go on demos. They don't, I don't want to lose my badge, obviously. But then even if you put up the handheld, not the handheld, the device in the back, if you set up a certain bank account in that,
Yeah, you can swap them over.
yeah, but they can't.
pop out.
Surely they can't. Surely it's illegal for them to go hunting through unless they want it. That's up to the tax.
Well, the
man to
problem I
find out.
had, I come and I take cabs, different cabs. Now, I now have to register with some firm to get the thing to work, so I am not going to bother doing that. I literally don't use the one in the back, and I just use the handheld.
Oh, you mean when you rent them?
Well, yeah, not when because I don't have to
And they're
rent them, Dave. I
expensive.
get them
That's
out.
expensive.
Do you know what's
Rent
bollocks is when? Do you know what's nuts is when? Are you bantering me or can I swear?
You can if you swear, but do it twice because I'm not sure at the moment whether I'll edit and put loads of beeps
Yeah.
or
Do you know what you could, do you know what you could
crop
do?
you.
Beeps ain't good.
No, at the beep.
Just say
don't do
bollocks.
the beep. Get the Whizzan logo and put. It's going on YouTube.
Yeah,
Get the Whizzan logo. So every time there's a swear word, put Whizzan logo on.
and flashed it and shut you down your sound.
Yeah.
I try some things. I've been up for hours though.
I
won't
don't know where
a
I've
thousand
gone with that.
logos. Got to
I
put
have
another
to say, I
bloody
haven't
logo.
watched him. I think he's been really good tonight.
Who?
Mellow,
You
wasn't
swear-
I?
Yes.
Yeah. No, but I wanted to say
not-
something as
have you
well.
not watched the smoke?
I
It's-
think
it's,
you're very posh. And
No, for
yeah,
problem.
I
I'm
think
I know how to articulate.
I've seen
my
you
words.
articulate on the videos, and I was thinking, I'm not sure now. I've heard him speak. You articulated, and I thought he can do what I do, which is you have to speak clearly for people to understand you.
Yeah, but that's knowing your audience because you know that you could pick up people that live out in Crazyhill, people out in Bromley, people out in Essex, people out in Leighton Buzzard, Barnes. Just adjust yourself.
Yeah.
But this is like appearances. This is how I talk. But then going into an appearance, I will try and pronounce my T's properly
Yes.
and speak not properly. But do you know what I mean?
Oh well,
I don't know how some people get away with calling over certain things that they do.
but because of the way they speak.
Yeah.
Well,
Like you try having conversations with cab drivers on the rank. You're like, how did you pass the knowledge?
yeah, it's shocking sometimes.
Well, sometimes it is. I'm like, they got to get an. They must have paid someone. He's not there anymore, though, is he?
Oh shit! I got to cut that.
Sorry.
Was it Princess of Prussia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Prescott
expensive.
Yeah.
You should have tested Aaron on his knowledge there with the Princess of Prussia.
Well, he knows it. now.
Prescott
He's-
Street.
He's just had a bit of prep.
On that road. It's one way.
Yeah.
That way.
So anyway, we tangested, and most of what I've got there is probably useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, let's just shut the school
I'd love
down.
to be an examiner.
would you?
I'd love to.
Well, you could be.
He's young enough, isn't he?
I was talking to Mr. Whitehead
Yep.
because I wanted. I'm not going to promote this, but I want to do something for the trade.
Yeah.
And I spoke to you about it before.
Yeah.
I spoke to Whitehead and I said I'd love to be an examiner. Obviously, the knowledge numbers are very down. So no doubt they're not going to employ new blood to be examiners because it's like some of them are just sitting on their pensions waiting to retire or whatever. And when you got, I read something the other day, 48 appearances in a week. But then they tried farming it off with, not everyone stopped and gave us their runs. All right, let's call it 60.
That was a day before.
I know. What are we doing? And this is where I think certain people up top don't really, truly give a shit about the knowledge because we aren't part of the future. If you see the infrastructural change of London, they're trying to do everything they can to knock people off. We're such an institution, and it frustrates the life out of me. I used to think so. Having uncles and all that growing up, being cab drivers, he turns up to every football game of like my cousin, his son, or he's always at every sports day and all that. Where my dad like sort of was, or he was, but then it's like they're always around. So then to grow up, family of black cab drivers, people that you know are cab drivers, you're like, oh, I'd love to be a cab driver. Work when I want, earn what I want, like within reason. And then you get in, and then you see how fragmented it is. It honestly, mate, it astounds me. And it started from, so then I never understood that there was, at the time, it's 3 now, or maybe 4, different unions. I thought it was just LTDA, because you always had that one knob with the orange bag when you come out. When I done it 7 years ago. Join the union. But I've never been with a union. Yeah. Me personally, I don't see the point behind it. What? Because it's going to get you off for going through a red light or having an altercation with a cyclist or whatever. Like, just, I don't know. Anyway, personal opinion. But then it's like if they come up with an idea, it's then not supported by another org because they don't like that person in charge or whatever, and then the other org, there's not enough clout behind there. So LTDA have got 7,000 cab drivers, LCDC probably got 1,200, the UCG probably got 800 people. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing these numbers. But it's like when you call to do demos and like you get cab drivers, we shouldn't do this. We need to go down the legal route. We need to do that. LTDA, if the LTDA called on their members, 6,000 or 7,500 of them, how many of there are, to a demo where it supported us, whether you believed in it or not, we can bring London to a standstill. When we do these demos that I've seen in the past, it's all happy-go-lucky. All right, officer, yeah, all right, sweet, yeah, we'll do this, yeah, an hour and a half here, 2 hours. They're happy as a pig in shit. As soon as we go off the beacon track and go and cause havoc elsewhere, we're scum. We're now scum to the old bill. But because we're penned in and all that, it's like, they'll get told what to do. Why is that? Because the badge. I don't want to lose me badge.
Yeah.
Where is the unity with people? It's like, I like UTAG, for instance. Some people agree with it, some people don't. Actually, not agree with it.
Yeah,
they're a nuisance, UTAG, to TfL, like the big wigs, and they know it. Hence the reason why they're trying to farm them off with like the £500,000 like court legal fees and all that. Any cab driver that tells you that they can't afford £150 or 250 quid, you're a liar. You don't want to go to a demo for 2 hours with your pals and have a coffee and have a bit of a chat or whatever, but you'll go and sit for dinner for 2 hours talking shit about why every cab driver's doing that demo is a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? Excuse my language, but
an idiot.
Was an idiot. But and it frustrates me because I don't understand why or how we can't be like this. So, like the documentary, for instance. I mean, I'd love to promote the trade. There's been no person within this trade that has approached me to try and use my platform. Possibly because I swear, and our clientele are a bit proper people. Yeah, they're not like the other mob that use them. But not one person's come to me and been like, so my impressions. So impressions are people that have viewed your videos, it's gone on their phone or their laptop or whatever, interacted, comments, likes, shares, everything. Every 3 months, between 6 to 8 million. No one touches me. No one asks me within the trade. McNamara, I sent McNamara an email about doing a documentary for the trade. I want to promote the trade. I want to promote the knowledge. I want to highlight the mental health side of things for cab drivers that we've had to go through pre and post pandemic. The demolition of the TX4s, like cab drivers that have been investing into a 67 plate TX4. We told the Euro 6 diesel engine's the most cleanest fuel in the world. All of a sudden, they've knocked 3 years off of our vehicle. That's $100,000 to some cab drivers. Okay, I was going to retire when I was 67. Now I can't. Yep. Okay, now I've got to invest now in a 70 grand motor. Sorry, no, on an HP or whatever, like PCP. It's 100 grand. Yep. Cab drivers like that. I'm done. That's why we've gone from 23,000 cab drivers. That's why we've gone from 23,000 cab drivers down to 18,000 cab drivers. Then what we'll do, TfL will be like, oh, well, the knowledge bods aren't there, the cab drivers aren't there. So what we'll do, we'll cap it now at 17,500. And because we're not servicing the ranks anymore at these big stations, we'll give private hire their little plot where they can. Do you know what? But then what's the point of paying into a union? What are we doing? We're losing. We pay a premium for these vehicles to perform certain turns. You get in the trade that want to get rid of the turning circle. We've got the turning circle or the capability. That's why we pay X amount of money a week on a rent or to buy the cabs to perform our job. I've learnt that. I'm pointing to a map to anyone that doesn't realise what I'm pointing at. Map on the wall. To apply my job anywhere I frigging want. So if I want to turn left, I want to turn right. But what they do, they farmed us in with the cannon fodder, the filth, the other lot, into the same category. Because they're so powerful, it's like, well, we do the same job as the cab drivers. Yeah, but you ain't earned the right. And what gripes me even more is when other people use our ranks to pick up and drop off. I had a row with a compliance officer at Liverpool Street. Geezer pulled up on the rank. People were waiting there with suitcases. They're looking at me. I went, "You're not going to do your job?" "What?" "He's picking up on our rank." "Oh yeah, no, but he's not dropping off." I went, "What? We don't even know the rules." He went, "Oh yeah, but like the passengers are getting in now." I went, "It's not the point. If I didn't have my badge on me, you'd do me."
Yeah.
And send me a letter. "Oh, not really. No, it's not really, mate." I said, "If I had a bald tyre," I went, "You'd do me. If my identifier weren't in, you'd do me." I went, "But we're an easy target because of this, because we keep our mouth shut because you don't want to lose our badge." And that's where people maybe sort of scared or concerned that's why they don't stick together. You got cab drivers that have been here 30, 40 years. I've done my time out. I'm retired in 5 years. That's all right. That's all right, John. You've got your holiday home in Marbella, all sorted, everything's like that. You've got 4 holidays a year. House is paid off, your detached house. You're all right. You've earned your money. But people like me that have been in it not even a decade, I still need to go to work, and I leave my young family home 5-6 days a week at night to earn my money. And I just like I said, I'm going off on one here, but the lack of unity in this trade stems from the unions. As I said about McNamara, I want to do a promo for the trade. I want to do a documentary highlighting the mental health side of things, how we've lost stuff, promoting the knowledge, and then talk about the infrastructural change in London and around the world. I want to take it around the world. I want to go to Beijing. I want to go to New York.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about Uber. I don't want to talk about them. They're not our people. People that use them 9 times out, they're not our people. So when people say, "Oh, we need to use our apps because we need to use our apps because they'll go to it," no, they won't. They're staying with us. We got our loyal people. People that use them, that have used their app and they're getting bored of them, they might trickle on over a bit and then ask you the question, "Excuse me, how much to Brixton?"
Yeah.
"No, I'm all right, mate. No, I do go south of the river, but like you'll say, it's 30 quid between 3. It's a tenner each." "Oh yeah, but they're saying 28. We'll get them then. But and like I said,
The thing about the protests, my view was all in or not in, or don't do anything, because it's half-hearted. If you're going to do it, it's half-baked. All you're doing is making the general public a little bit peeved.
Annoyed, yeah.
And you're not really achieving anything, but actually alienating people. You're not getting the point across.
That's what you're saying. So all in or not. So then you get the point across, because a lot of 1,200 people, cab drivers, or 500 cab drivers,
they know you're not unified.
People will look at me like, "Well, is that it?" So like, where are the rest of you? But then cab drivers use it as an excuse to be like, "Well, why do you want to piss people off for?"
Yeah.
What? Like, come on.
All in or not in, yeah.
Do you know what would be a great idea? Would probably be all the knobs that come in from Essex, slow driving from the A13.
Oh, yeah.
Slow drive on the M4. Slow drive on the A10.
Yeah.
A1. Down south, wherever.
Yeah.
Coming in from Streatham.
That's Dave's a South London boy.
Greenwich.
I think
so. You're
I know.
singing my song there.
I think Aaron's a West Ham fan, Dave.
No, I'm not.
He wears the Arsenal shirt.
I'm Arsenal.
Did you? I didn't see the Arsenal shirt. Where's that?
No, you think you'd watch your videos, wouldn't he?
I did watch it. I did a little bit about football, but I'm
Okay,
so
well,
out of touch
I
now.
got told by Thomas on the chat, don't wear any football clobber.
In the cab or in the appearances?
No, yeah, in the cab, yeah.
Full football kit and an appearance.
Go there with a Millwall scarf around your neck.
Yeah. Well, you'd be all right with me and Dave. We're Millwall supporters. So,
you are, yeah.
And Thomas was Chelsea.
Yeah.
You didn't get invited to his leaving,
No.
So he had in the Chelsea ground, in the nightclub in Chelsea.
I heard about this,
Yeah, it was great.
I don't know. It must have cost a fortune.
It did cost a fortune.
The bar was free all evening and everything.
But then when you got
was there, Dave, were you?
Yeah, I was there with you.
Yeah.
That's how much you had a drink.
when you got a police when you got a police
Your wife
pension,
was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, my wife was there.
you got a police pension and a TFL pension. It's
DV5 pensions. Yeah, he was minted. He was.
Yeah, we was right on that night. I ended up in Leicester Square in the clubs.
Did you?
We got the 6 o'clock in the morning train home to Greenwich.
You sound like a drunk.
We definitely had a couple of times.
Yeah.
And we met up in the afternoon as well.
Really?
Yes.
He's not a drunk, he's a professional.
Yeah, pro, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Johnny Webster was there, wasn't he?
Johnny Webster, yeah.
Webster
No
got
cab
in.
driver as well.
And,
It sounds like a criminal's name even then, doesn't it? Johnny the Knife Webster.
Well, John,
they called him the Don as well, didn't they?
did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, John the Don.
Oh,
It rhymes. There's nothing. It's just
You can't beat them names, can you?
John the Don.
Well, I've seen
His
the
name's
things.
John as well, yeah, lovely.
You've done that is with Bonner Street and Roman Road, and they were sort of like northerners, really, touching on Shoreditch. So they were a bit further away. But yeah, back in the day.
It's mad what you class as like northern and all that. I remember I used to live in Hainault, so I used to drive through Barkingside, Essex, sorry guys. A woman put her hand out, I wasn't working, and she went, like little old lady, she went, could you take me to Romford? I went, yeah, of course I will, go on, I'll drive it. She was crying on the A12. I went, what's the matter? She went, it's gone really downhill round here. There's far too many buildings. This used to be the countryside. And I'm like, I've never known it to be the fucking countryside.
No.
Hainault Forest, that's it. But yeah, countryside. I was like, so it's mad how like the older generations view certain areas and whatever.
Yeah. Well, this area was bombed completely flat when I was a kid.
Wolf, there's nothing there. Was
Nothing.
there?
I was all
Canary Wolf, See the
Nothing
pictures. The pictures are amazing.
You're too young for it, and you couldn't know it before.
No, I see the pictures. So even like when Greenwich Park, you overlook Canary Wolf like from the 80s to now.
Yeah. I worked on it. I worked on Canary Wolf on a Hammerhead, where all the shops are.
What, building it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was a tipper driver then, truck driver.
Oh, man's a tipper driver.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
like them RMS trucks that go down the up and down the
Really?
never,
Throwing off dust and cutting you up.
You weren't allowed to work on a Saturday on Canary Wharf. You had to work Sunday, and it was unusual for us. We normally work Saturday mornings, but we worked Sundays you had to work 8 till 4, and the reason being it was Canadian Jewish money. So you weren't allowed to work Saturdays.
No.
And that's why it's called Canada Square night.
Because of Canadian money.
Yeah, Canadian Jewish money, mate. Built it all, yeah.
How old are you, Dave?
57, 58 this year.
Yeah.
You look well.
Yeah.
A lot, 57, 8, 58 years old.
It's the cappuccinos.
I know you, Dave. You talk about your wife lovely all the time.
Yeah, well, it's just my best friend. Yeah, well, actually, that's why you won't be together that long, 36 years. 1987.
Yeah.
I was free.
Free, yeah, but you're so young. Look.
Free as in like the number 3, but I say it with an F. Free. That's my Mrs. Edding. She's a primary school teacher. She does her.
Oh, you married someone educated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she from Essex?
No, she's from Croydon.
Yeah,
oh dear.
Yeah. But so when we was looking at like getting a place, it was like I'll go in the middle, and I said I'm Essex, you're Croydon. I said the middle is on the Thames on a boat. So then we went off to Brentwood.
Woolwich Ferry.
Yeah.
Oh, Brentwood's lovely.
Yeah, went to Brentwood, and she likes houses with character. Like the Edwardian and Victorian houses.
Well, older houses as opposed to new.
Yeah,
Same
like
as
with the higher ceilings.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm like Taylor Wimpey one, like new build. You can hear
Prefab.
Going,
You wanted a prefab.
Crap.
What type of house did your wife have come from? Did she come from older houses? Is that why she liked them?
Yeah, exactly. So she had a like 2 up, 2 down Victorian house, and then we pulled up on the drive to go and look at this house on a whim. And she went, if I'm moving here, she went, I want this house, and literally that's how it was.
What kind of house is it?
Edwardian house. Yeah. It's a nice
in Brentwood.
House. Yeah, terraced house.
In the sort of town of Brentwood, or
in the town, not in like in the sticks or like Pilgrim.
Not too far from the high street.
Yeah, parallel to that, but it's just
nice. That's really nice. You've been to Brentwood?
Yeah.
They'll allow you.
No,
years ago, I
haven't been out there for years. When I used to work nights, we used to just go out there when I was private hire as well before this.